things that we have to focus on as we get back tomorrow. We get back to work, look at it, and evaluate our performance, and then look at the things we got to do moving forward. And it's always that. It's all about the work. It's all about the time spent in preparing and getting yourself ready to play, so you can go out there and just do really the basic things well and consistently throughout the game. So we will do that and get ourselves back to work tomorrow. But I felt like we put ourselves in a position to win, and we didn't, and so that hurts. It should, and now we have to take that and we need to learn from it and apply the things that we can control and do a much better job of and focus on, and actually go and do those things as we move into this next week, starting with tomorrow. So questions?
We'll start with questions from the people that are here. Bennett Durando.
Hey, Bryan, can you sort of take us through what the sort of the play call process is on that timeout with the 4th down at the goal line? Is it you and Bobo who has the play ready? And just sort of take us through the decision on that, please.
Yeah, we talk about it. Everybody kind of gives their input, and then we have those plays are pre-planned and scripted in those areas. So those are things that you work on, and I got to go back and look at it on exactly what happened. Obviously, we didn't execute it or get the play out result that we wanted. So but those are things that you go into a game plan, and believe it or not, that you actually spend time on it, working through it and going through the different scenarios and get to that moment. That's the play selection that you have and what you choose. So we went to that menu of plays, and it didn't hit like we wanted it to.
Next question, Jordan Hill.
Bryan, I wanted to ask about early in that third quarter, the trick play, just sort of what was the thinking and how, they kind of played out.
Well, we thought we had something throughout the week watching film that it was going to be a good call for us, and came out of it. And part of that is if it's not there, it's, get what you can out of it. And we fumbled the ball. We turned the ball over. So that was, one of the plays. Anytime there's a turnover in a game, all right, that becomes a major factor. And, for us, our goal is always +1. So we got to figure out a way to get it back. And we got to create that on the defensive side. The offense gives it up. But we were trying to be aggressive, and, I thought didn't see that it was there, and tried to go do exactly what we talked about. The ball got put on the ground, and they recovered it. And it became a big turnover at the start of the third quarter. And so that did not get us off to the fast start that we wanted coming out.
Question from Justin Ferguson.
Bryan, were you surprised at the lack of pass rush from you guys? And it seemed like Clifford had a lot of time to throw the ball, and he completed, the vast majority of his throws today.
I thought early on there was one that he stood back there for, it seemed like about 10 seconds early in the game. I thought we got better pass rush after that. But you gotta find ways to get after the quarterback, and you gotta find ways to get the ball in his hand. I thought he did a good job. He escaped a couple times from what I remember, and made some throws on the perimeter. That goes back to coverage. So we got to be able to plaster long enough when guys get out of the pocket. But ultimately, yeah, if you can get after the passer and create some of those lanes that he's got to work through, and he's good and he's mobile and he's able to do those things. So I didn't think that we would keep him in the pocket the entire time. But we've got to do a better job of that. And then if guys are scrambling, we got to continue to keep covering our man and not give him a throw down the field, or at least make it a contested catch and try to get a hand on the ball.
Question from Mark Murphy.
Hey, Coach, could you talk about your assessment of the passing game tonight for you guys?
What were we, 185 yards? Yeah, not good enough. That's really, we needed to hit some explosive plays. We had opportunities to do that. We need to catch the ball, and we need to be in the right areas in the pass concept. So that just goes back to those are things that we have to work on this team. And those are things that have to be continually focused on, and they got to become priorities for everybody involved in order for us to go out there and execute those concepts that we have in there. But ultimately, we gotta come down with the ball. We got to make some plays, and there are opportunities to do that, and we needed to hit some of those, and we'll go back on Sunday and work on them. We'll get better at them. There'll be other opportunities in games moving forward as well. But explosive plays become a difference in any game, not just this game. But when you can hit some of those explosives in the past game, and we hit a few of them. We want to create more of those. I think we gave ourselves some opportunities to do that. We just got to go finish on those plays, and that will continue to be a work in progress as we go through this season.
Next question is Brian Matthews.
Yes, Brian, back to that fourth down play there late in the fourth. Was the play to go to Kobe Hudson, or was it a play where, you get lined up and Bose just sort of picks the best opportunity that he sees? And how do you feel like it came out there?
Well, it's a little more calculated than that, but there are 4 options on it. There's really 5. And Kobe was one of them. I just saw, the kind of the first of the play, the ball went up and he was out of phase with where the throw was. But to answer your question, yes, there's 5 possibilities on that play right there. So we give ourselves the best chance to get somebody in the end zone. I don't know. I'd go back and before I make any comment on, was that the right decision? You got to go back and watch and see, where the progression starts. And that's really the one thing at the quarterback position. Sometimes those plays don't work out, and the main question is, well, he made the wrong read. Not necessarily. Sometimes either it's a route, it's the defense doing a good job in their coverage. And so we'll assess that tonight as we watch the film on the plane. We'll look at it and make corrections tomorrow. But ultimately, you want to give yourself a better chance in that situation right there. I don't know if that was a decision, but we've run that thing quite a few times. We made some really good plays on it. So, I trust that what he saw out there, we'll look at it and we'll learn from it and we'll go from there.
Michael Gittens.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about the time management strategy in the second half? You burned some timeouts early there and were left without timeouts at the end of the game. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Which one in particular are you talking about?
Before the fourth down play.
Yeah, well, we did that to see what was happening on that play there. So that was one that we used in that situation there. And then as the game went on, then we were having to use them really in the 2-minute mark, right? And we did do a good job because I think we had maybe 40 seconds left and we got the ball back. So, where they were and what we had a chance to do, I thought we managed that to where we could get the ball back and have a chance to go down and score. Now we'll review that as well and look at all those things, but sometimes you use timeouts because you may not be in the right position. You want to see something and you want to make sure that you have the right call on critical downs. 4th down is one of those. And so that's why we used one of them early. And then the rest of them, I think, were in the kind of the 2-minute situation, get the ball back, and then we were out of timeouts.
We'll finish up 2 more quick questions. First will be David Oven and then Nathan King. David?
Yeah, Brian, what do you feel like you learned about your team tonight?
I think there's a lot. I didn't see anybody that was on the field. Nobody quit. All right, everybody was locked in on the sideline. As far as we brought them over there, we had to make decisions and adjustments and those things. And then there's plenty of work to do. I mean, that's one thing. And this loss, I mean, it should burn. We came here and we played a really good Penn State team on the road, and we give ourselves an opportunity to go win the game. Those are games that you want to win. Those are games that we came here to win. We didn't come here just to play and be in the game. We came here to win the game. And, that's going to be the mindset with everybody around in this program, not just showing up and playing well, but finding a way to win. And, you know, the road is a big part of that. You want to be a championship team, you got to win on the road. Half your games are on the road. Ultimately, from this point on, you know, what do we do tomorrow? You know, what's the attitude? What's the focus? What's the effort that we're going to get from this team? I mean, I think there's a lot of guys in that locker room that are disappointed, and we all should be. And I think it's something that you want to absorb and take in, and then you do everything in your power to figure out a way to not let that happen again. And, you know, that's everybody. Anytime, and really it should be every single week, in my opinion, as you go back and look at it. You're always trying to do everything you can to put yourself in the best position. Well, that starts on Sunday and it goes all the way through Friday, and Saturday's game day. So it doesn't happen on just game day. You got to put in the work. You got to do it all the time. You got to leave no stone unturned and prepare yourself in a way that you're going there to win, not just be a part of it. And I thought we had a lot of guys that prepared themselves to win. I think that we have to get better at that. I don't think it's okay just to feel good about, hey, getting in there and just and playing and losing the game. I think there's a lot of things that we can take away from it and learn that will be positives, but at the same time, it's still got to have that sting. And, you know, it's got to be that fuel for the fire, you know, as you come back and go to work. There's got to be that internally that you want to go out there and do a better job. That's everybody. It's not just our players. That's everybody in this program. So hopefully tomorrow when we get back out there, we all feel that way, and we put in the work, and then we learn from that. And then the reality of that is, you know, once you do that and once you learn that, then that should become, you know, how we operate every day, not just because, you know, we have to lose a game to figure that out. So that's what I saw tonight. Those are the things that we have to learn from this. That's what Auburn football, in my opinion, should be about as we move forward, and everybody involved should feel that same way. So, you know, those are the things that we're working through. Those are the things that we want to create. Those are the things that we want to have in this program week in and week out. We want to be consistent. We want to be able to put ourselves in the position every game we play to win. And it takes a tremendous amount of work and focus to do that.
Nathan King.
Bryan, we didn't see Owen for a good bit of that second half after he came off with that injury. Just do you have any update on his status?
I don't. He didn't go back in the game. He was out there, so I don't have anything else to tell you that way. I'll know more tonight and tomorrow. Owen's he's a tough player. He's a tough person. So, you know, I imagine we'll figure out what that looks like and how we operate that going into next week.
Coach, thank you very much. We'll reset in a minute. We have Johnson in the center.